No nsi abo apema de shemama yamamu nyina adwo emama kwaba eba United Television so kasebo esekafi omamu na fama hudo bi so samufa so no sede amaye no ene ye de so mbro hwere bakwa dan mu na ye kai mu so kwodi STV abanya channel 360 sanso na Facebook ene social media handles ahudo ni nyina ne kasebo yi etwagu ewo ho mo me nka mo mfa sede ama special sinsuo special drink na fe this chocolate drink and coffee drink best point service saloons and best assurance need fufu need abekwan ese wo mafa kasebo hu ekana de bodi makutine bi ni se mampani e de ato aba ka chefo nyina anim se bre aso se wo mpotamu wo mo eso mu se wo majapade
chairman of the council of state ano e de futu ama MMDC se enima bi ehu hia ne manso a wo mo ne enhimfo no eche no eya wo mo enyae
ote kokoso aka ho asem aka o se mabu na enya dwuma enye o maga na mu no empanyifo hwenye ho bibi
waye climate change hu nhyiamudie e de ama na no hemfo ewo eye chebi
na se yeko domkuma na so na hyebedwam ansankyerefo hyemdwumedie bi akoso na nnom de to gye kyerem se etwodo bi ade agu fa ngo bo so ama ne boy deden no aban enyifa mfiri ho
Binance Basic School for ensema woka ene say enema bebre ene omuhia aban emrem
ensembi ka we no ho na yede so mo se kasebo akenkanfo yeso mo na nwumre yi eyeme Agya Kwabena mene
Obahima Afia Asiedu
Afia kasebo na mu nsam nie wote kokoso 2472 otoso mienu aka ho asem aka na yese tonfo bibebo no gangan no na ho hia ne pa wo da to dwa kyerem se mabu na anya dwuma nye e o maga na mu na ha dwene ye ndo bekoso aka esisu dia se ehun behia sempanyfo etu anam animu ya na kofa ha obia ama
Otikokozo ekyeremu say Ghana se omanya afei ene yefifiri sin no ye wo haw agodo bebram emu kase baako ne emabu na onya adwumanye enti sanhyehye bi ewo ho na ebeboa bokwan bi ato de amamabu no dia na eyade pa wosie nyina yesomu wode nsem etu dwa no na high level delegation a omufri European Union a openi eye ambassador Aichad Ramian Drozia Razali edi wanim ababesa no manhia ahemfia Santino otumfo se tutu otosumienu ekire se ogidie pass green project a womode bagana titu asante ene atoyamantem no ebeboa pa ma emabu no abokwan sronku bia moma wombenya adwumaye eno nso nti no catch project managers ne se wosre omne National Youth Authority ena National Youth Employment Authority nyina nto kese enya adwuma ne mom enam se sa kwamienu no bibie famabu no ho Ghana ha no womo ena enim green employment and enterprise opportunities in Ghana and only project a Trinity friend green project no eye enfie nine so ya European Union Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Ghana SNV Netherlands Development Organization and a United Nations Capital Development Fund UNCDF for makaboma wo ye ewo memu.
The youth is the future, and therefore every country and a third world country like ours, what we seek to do is to come up with programs that would be able to help them find sustainable employment and then development into the future. And therefore the programs that you're doing, which has created about 1,500 employment for the people there, 3,500 for the migrants who have settled and all that, and about 70,000 for all those, are all areas that I follow with keen interest. And I want to assure you that anything that we can do in support of you, and I believe that after 4 years I'm sure it's going to be extended, because we don't want it to be a 9-day wonder where after 4 years and the results, now that you're around, you see the progress that whatever program you've done, especially in Ashanti here, where I know that I've been speaking to the people in Drobonso to find out what the situation is there, such as Kumewu and all those places, and I'm following the developments there. And then also the ones who have benefited also, we find that their lives have turned around, and they are very conscious and happy with that. So we thank you for the collaboration. But I believe strongly that the regional minister is here. He would get the Youth Employment Authority also to be involved. The National Youth Authority also, there could be a collaboration between them. And then we could then draw up a program together jointly. We have to own such projects instead of you coming in there. If we all own it, then it means it's more like all of us being part of it. That's what I would seek to encourage you for us to be doing, that looking into the future.
And Srashayeti and Openia Onono di European Union delegation and Ghana ha Ambassador Aitad Rami Androusia Razali and in some way Etuja.
Young entrepreneurs aimed at making their activities greener, more sustainable and more useful for the whole community. So in a nutshell, these are my expectations tomorrow. It's not about me, it's about you, it's about the project, it's about the results you have been achieving. It's about as well the expectations for the next stage, because this is not stopping with the project. You have been setting up businesses, you have been acquiring skills, you have been acquired new practices, and these are things that we will stay with you forever, that you have a responsibility to grow, and you have a responsibility to make the most of it for yourself, your communities, and the country in which we are gifted enough.
Ochihini osaji for mweti for penyi edi asu just say eba na ewiemu tebia emu sakrai ne bobre climate change na eye wiase nyina se ewo chichichichi enso enedie eni achichi bio aben yen na se de tetare wiase hwena no ewo se mpanyifo etnas no hwe epe anopumesibre anyesa oyene na edebeba. Wei enedi kanya ya hye dwumadi ente se ede ama ahemfo a omo kasa de afa wiemu sakraye eni wiase mpuntuo ho na ochehene wosaje fo amotio fo wipanyi e kasa de tudwa kire mu se ewiemu sakraye no nsemo no enye da akye asemu biem sesede aba betu yen enti yempe kwampo ye befa so ye betimi aya enkofa nsunsuanso bone emre yen.
We need to have presidents that have hearts. Heart-centered presidents, selfless, compassionate. I want to build a legacy. The legacy we shall bequeath our children is sadly diminished. We will be able to come together as one family. The pandemic that's going on right now has taught us a lesson. Somebody ate their protein somewhere. And here we are. Our freedom has been taken away from us. We can't smile anymore. But I'm appealing to your human dignity. That the little things that we can do, let us help the poor. We cannot continue to do this without making sure that we empower our women. The ones who brings life onto this earth.
Ghana mampenyi na nadu danko akufu ado ekasa wodwumedie nase ewo video mu ena wochire mu ese ewiemu nsakraye eni ewiase mpuntuo no eye wonsum ti Ghana fo nyina de yenye ya afamudie.
I have established an advisory group of prominent private sector chief executives who are setting up a $100 million SDGs delivery fund and a $200 million green fund to complement government's efforts at tackling climate change and funding the implementation of the SDGs. Whilst we strive to do our bit to halt climate change at the national level, we expect a lot also to be done at the international level. One major issue of concern to us is the need to streamline access to international climate finance to complement national funding. I believe this dialogue will throw more light on practical ways to mobilize financial resources to support the implementation of national climate actions.
Ingresi abana musinyo ko dwumedie no ase no wono so ekasa che na adwen sei.
Ghana is vulnerable to a wide range of climate impacts, from coastal erosion in the south and desertification in the north, and losses to its hydropower. As Ghana still relies so heavily on rain-fed agriculture to feed and employ its people, the impacts are felt across the nation and by all its people. Last week, the UK published its net zero strategy, a roadmap for reducing our emissions to zero by 2050.
Oswafo no na hwe atenaye abodiemu nyansa pani nimde nto aso onmunyamfo Dr. Kweku Afriye enso ekyekire nsemu.
For we in Africa, especially tropical Africa, we serve as part of the carbon sinks together with the tropical world for the whole of humankind. The last people left to stand against the climate change, the paradox is that we, maybe apart from Southeast Asia, we are the smallest emitters in this whole conundrum.
but we cannot go under that aegis and refuse to do what is required of us. We have to contribute in a big way to save humankind. Africa is the last bastion. Our contribution is ethics and morality.
And then one Nasebe Jom Dom Kuma Hoyan said to Shemu now the young for John Jinapo, Bejokua, a shame Namahode on some son would do Makotan Masebe Jom Nekasaye. What else I wish a ben yin shisha why ya fango bonwa, and she didn't pay was swear a 2 bibri at the cocoa fango bosso, and into a fango born wedding into all shabain. Sagana for Chiromo, and Tisibea, we need to be sent back Ghana for young Behin High.
Ghana, ayo maya ye cra crude oil a ton ebi. Now here's any a ton na a chain send ye crano. It is a bono cosra, wo crabby breno. One is a unyaska bebre. Inti ye nyin to mo say as a Ghana for bread a bra fango bono a cosro a world market price. Now ye dia two just say build up now. A year taxes and now a tour a did that so no. A bang way by ye, almost to just say almost better so. Nanso Ohenia air coswa. A year energy debt recovery levy a costro by 20%. Price stabilization levy a costro by 40%. UPPF a costro by 164%. Boss margin a costro by 200%. Fuel marking a costro by 233%. In fact, we compare Sika na yenya every sa taxes imwa 2016 na 4.4 billion and na mini woka say abanyi enya over 9 billion international say or how no bebre no every eto any taxes are ye dey toto so intine dey atudwa say yendon kuma no yesinkete say esi etete sa taxes so nyamencha dey 2022 budget na eba intino ye she minister say a special petroleum tax, a sanitation tax, a so-called energy levies or dear toto so boss margin is how much is be breno yenhena yentete so na Ghana for mo ha mo kakra ahokyira eni kambia NSC Ghana for aban we edi yakoshem the ranking member of finance Kradia to just say sa fees your mo charge no emrebia entechre na under the Fees and Charges Act no kra no kay so mo ba parliament ebeji tumi ansa na o ma tutumu be afi ba akopempo ni no o ma to boss margin mo by 200%. Sa ni ekoso no ye nyintumu nti mrese bedwom ha ye be ye ne broni friend motion any processes na ya twe MPF abegina ha na babie mra no ye se ye de omofa no ye de omofa ye da mase bebre
Asiedu sha kwani akwantimpon wonsem so e de adesede e to Ghana fo nyina anim so ogitum se akwan bebre na asai no muntimi fa dako anabreti bi ensiesie enso mo bo mo modin se kakrom betimi na omo beye enti omanfo enya abotre.
Senior President appointed, Engineer Akyere Mensah as chair of the board, means we could have had a better chairman. And meaning I Juma so kakra, what is made up with. And nipa what board musunya so ye nipa omo dupa. And I want your experience because almost all of them, Juma, were the previous board so between 2017 and 2020. Akwan so anya agro the candidate SCC okwan so listen ya accident say you lose your crop for. Nti akwan ye ehun hia papa e say the okwan papa so na adaba for so ehwe yi a ye na ye tukwan ya ye komba fie asundwem ana ekwan de o koso edugo be ba say da di kan kra o koso road no so no nti ya ni road science ni ade SCC nti driver bia ti akoji driving license ya DVL for one be na why software kakra na won say go sign no what ase a won say bibi wo ho a na enye choba enye fufuo and the operating say utumi ehu what it represents so all the road sign esisi a anadwo amene wo adano na nkofo bi a won pesika gu won botomu no na won nam no etwa crash barriers na won etwa the beer the crash barriers no sin obo say ye ko ya erebo abunzi na value wo the whole amhem nti enima worum na esisi senia ebeya ka bi so bibi kwesi na konchen kra ali bibi wo be protecting na fe onzo wo to butu the don what won gisika emaye any as load centers so be niema ekoso no kronu ni niema you know and I say national security ye adwuma me expect say on bekoso now on arrest nkofo so that all these things you know abc adwuma person board no no and me say one be sound
na nse de beto dwa sababa wa bi a wanya fiedu no nkono ya fa na juana kra takwade na wowo na beto dwa se rani nipa bi ka bo mu se ya fa no mu nipa bi na ko hye baabi enti ono a ne number wo yusu ono na ya de frɛ ne papa ɔte ne nkyɛn se ya fa no mu enti o metua empimu no Ghana cedis empimu no 5000 Ghana cedis in kan 50 million na bonfa nye no mfa mre finance no ya agide ye hwehwe mu na asensam no nya ne kore ne papa no kɔbɔ police form ne se ye ne baba na yira na sisi o kasa no sei na sisi police form so to omugu monten so se o mkɔ hwɛ awuraba yi enti obre ohuni se asam no ne adede ne no na ɔkɔbɔ ne papa mane ana so don ade no kɔ ma ne papa se o se na meka no kra meboa police for ache no na kokodi na court ne dai ama ye kasa yi wokɔda Afia se mfiensia lutamuafo Mike Kodwan pedo ɔte na dwamu no ɛkyɛ se wo mo de kwadu mienu na ɛbɔ awuraba de di kan ɛne se wadadan aban ana fide toso mienu nso no waka nsɛm a ɛnyɛ nokore amehu aka mansa nyinaa enti asotwe no de di kan no ayɛ se waka nsɛm a ɛnyɛ nokore no wada bekodam mfie mienu ana se watumi adada aban nipa aye police for na sefo tete saa no so no wakodam mfie nsia nanso mfie nsia na mfie mienu ruka bo mfie nwɔtwe nanso esansa ni mienu ni nyinaa ɛhyɛ ase abrekuru na nti no mfie mienu na be wura mfie nsia no mu ama na ba be ye mfie nsia pepepe na se so ama na ba be ye mfie nsia no ti wafo no kyerɛ sɛ ne nti a ma baba we mfie nsia no ɛne sɛ de di kan kora no abre di kan a wayɛ mfumso a ɛti sɛ enie de to so mienu ɔwɔba de to so miensa no bra asam no ba bonten no ayade ɔne bambɔfoɔ edin sɛ wo so yie pa ama ne kura bi a wo mu bia no ɔkama obia ati ye no nti ɛna wama ne sonko de fiase mfie nsia na de kokɔba ma sɛ obi biara wonim sɛ wote ase na wonyera aye na wo so wayera no yeso mu pa dia emra ɛne obedi
yedikase boy eja ebeko ahomji emu
yekwa aba
na yeba
na ono akasa no 6 years
asem mpenifa
nipa ne ho asem ya but seba nti wo mo a wo so kurikure tuo na ya mo de je fans no so wo so mo de eba yenkomra wo ho
yenkomra
yo adishima ma yadam asese munya bretwen me koto nkraye bai ye kasebo no yeto aso na yeto aso ne ye ko mampanin aso ye mampanin na nado dan kwakufo ado e de ato abanka chefo wo omamu nyina ni mu se bensin eni krupa hodo o mu da no no wo mu fa ne se o manka so mu japade na mu hwesue ne sai na betumi aboa amoman no akonani.
Theme for this orientation program: effective leadership for local economic transformation and improved service delivery in Ghana. The role of MMDCs is so appropriate and ties in perfectly with the vision to deepen local governance and decentralization. The Constitution spells out clearly the process through which we should decentralize governance to the local level. Almost 29 years later, this remains very much a work in progress. The instinct of the average citizen is still to look toward Accra for things that fall within the remit of the local authority. I'm expecting that you will be part of the team that finally brings decentralization to fruition. This should mean that the district assemblies build their capacities and are able to handle the responsibilities that have been devolved on them by law. Chief executives, it continues to be a good time to be in charge of districts, municipal, and metropolitan areas. You have the opportunity to transform the local economy and preside over the creation of jobs for our people. The local area is the target for all the programs we set forth in 2017, programs we continue to implement for the growth and transformation of the Ghanaian economy. Planting for food and jobs, $1 million, one constituency, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, and Agenda 111. Policy initiatives, like all the other innovative introductions to the economy, are all very much local initiatives. I would sound a note of caution here. All government initiatives at the local level come within your purview, whether you initiated them or not. The argument that you are not aware of or are not responsible for government initiatives in your localities will not wash with me. You have to familiarize yourselves with everything, whether of your making or not. A chief executive who's indifferent or unaware of government activities in his or her area is not a suitable chief executive. The challenge is thus for all areas to take advantage of these programs to develop your localities. Whilst a lot of funds continue to flow into the localities, and every attempt will be made to get the common fund allocations to you regularly and on time, I encourage you to work to increase internally generated funds. You will not make the progress you should if your development programs are solely dependent on the relatively modest sums you get from the common fund allocation. But at the same time, please apply your common fund judiciously towards the execution of planned and approved projects. It is not for recurrent expenditure and should not be used, misused, or abused.
Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Women International Trade Center, akon waboma womu eye dwumadie bi ede atai ema womu ye bodwabodwa nyuma ahoro e wo memu nyina achi na boa amomadwadie atumi enyanan agina so.
Emma omwakase bi omunyuma se yenketo anase adantemo ena Ghana Export Promotion Authority ene International Trade Center akawunti apam ho identity ye ema won na kwanchefo e wo International Trade Center Pamela Cook Hamilton ekasaye ena odi tu dwachi mu se entitiye no beko awieye no na ema no enye nimudie afom adwuma ne ho na aboa mo matretire mu na ni amanoni susudua no aye pepepe.
So that's one of the things we're very interested in doing as well, moving into the regions, working with the government in the one district, one factory, working with the government on the alliances for action, which is, you know, the value chains, working with the organic certification, helping businesses actually meet the standards out there, because if you don't meet certain standards, you can't export. But that's our intention, to continue to work with Ghana, to continue to drive this process, and also to work with the African Continental Free Trade Area, because I believe that that's a game changer also for this continent and also for Ghana specifically.
Kwanche for the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Dr. Afia Sabia Sari, enso ekasa chire mu se entitiye ni nimdie ebeboa man papa amomotimi asigina yepa afomo adwuma ne ho.
Emma omo ye omonsa no adwuma International Trade Center ewo Geneva, Omni Ghana Export Promotion Authority ekabomu omo bua omo ewe kwan bebre so omedwuma no ebeka omenim efa no adikyere ho omunwuma na omo ye no se na ebekyerekye omade se na obeya omo account ye omo plan strategy se na obeya o business no crown ho krata ni ade bibia be per certificates ni standards se wunya ema utumi di woniema ni kwa amanoni dwa so koton ni nyina ye de omo fem ekyerechom eso omo sa eboa omo ema munya certification ni na eka MC trades ejuma ye boa omo ne ho bia wa register ni company wa Ghana Export Promotion Authority bia ye boa ba she trade ni gina ho ema no
na nse na bande hihye bia base be ya boboa no ne bro no yete so no ho beti se wan nti ya to need operation clean your frontage na no ana adwadifo bia okwa mekoma sakide to dwa kiremu se ye mra na se ye adwuma keke nti omo hwe kwan se nkramanta mpanyifo ade bylaws na se mra horo ya hyehyɛ de afa efi ye ho no ebe adwuma kate ne se ne beboa amefin bebebe me ne ye won kra ha no akofom.
Operation Clean Your Frontage aya hyehyɛ ya nkramanta musuafo ade aba ene se bebia yete no yehwe aprapra edinini na amaye tunyarewa ene fin ase wenti ena wono mudidwa ewo kwa menkroma circle enkran ede ato Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council penfo anim set bylaws efa ahondidie hu no yenhwe ne yenhwemu kina
mate se ya launch Operation Clean Your Frontage a good initiative and I say nhyehyɛ papa abema ya honidie na koye yeti mamufo na nkasa na aban no de obey ne fam die nyina na so dodo na gyan yeti mamufo nso hwe se metimi akasa ball da we offer wo different obi different fie na beto ha sakri ha obi ani ho obesense menkan e wa ha obi ani ho dwa body e wa ha waye wura woni fie nu na ode aba beto ha na de ana me pesa me kamati mamufo na yeti asians ahonidie na oban oya kan ye kwa ho asem enya aban ne nko yenso enya nya ho mfaso esan se yare bi ekan yen aban no de wono de wotene ba bi na se yan nkra na mekan bi a wo obata woni ska wo de hwe omakra na kwada na kwayare ayansa bia nsam ani enu ototo no so wo be fa na fala kanetete no ne otankase a wo wura fie nkra timidi nkwanta be nu nkwan unsuo wunsu ade a wodi nsuo gumu ne ahwese fie wo mu ne akyekye e de amanfo kokot sambre na honidie ya adwuma enne ye gya sa ne mani nyina de etoso mienu so kanetete no ne otankase fo o mudi huibaro anopetutu om di sofi ene praye no mo di nam gotem no mo prepra no mo ade ko ba bi kokotugu ene sa ne ma ne nyina ye gyae anu ti se ye behwe ye pesa honidie no ACP na se bola san betwa ye hunu wona obesoa obesesa bola ne potin ene mrepa obefa bola no esensa bola begu a menua wa hwe kurom ade egu yi a obi etwa mu fa ho a eye emframa ye home so onya yare nkwan de create me ho eti se ye ankra no ye nye fam de ani ehuni say you obi koye bola onfia no de abegu abonten say aban ne beyin nkofo mbehwe no ya kyekiri nkofo ama ye gya sa de no a ebetimi asia no am ye nyina ye nya honidie
na no region minister chadaba hanse ne kasa say ye ni ha ni on ba betu ye nyina afri hanse nti ye ya say de pra ya to brush na ye pra hanse that me ye ya na ato ya de sia ye de bola gum obi timi tena ka mu free de bola free fie odu hanse ya no ayi no de betum no ko wata africa ko nti ye de bola ne de ya ko ho so still no anye ye na junkie for boys no so omo so ka ho pa omo timi ko ji obiska no ma fa bola na so a ahima che ye ma ye no de aba no de betu hanse because onim se ha na ye kura bola and I want plan so almost preference for her. No more the ball and other boy. Per se, a woman for joints. Omu yin krofo ba krompa na omu ngejina na omu boys omu yesa na omu de ball a free fiat ba to kwa ho no omu tu omu so ayima e pa because e high.
Chairman of the Council of State ano Nana Otio Srebo na wode afutuo ama Metropolitan Municipal and District Chief Executives nyina say ebetumi a wo mun nananmo hemfo emrahye bedwafo and assembly members na entena yie esense entawantawa ebeba wo mo entem.
May I first of all congratulate you, MMDCs, for going through 2 grueling interviewing sessions at the regional and at the national levels, and for finally being endorsed by His Excellency the President to perform the functions of MMDCs. As you begin this new journey or you go through them a second time, will be first and foremost to avoid needless confrontations with traditional authorities, MPs, opinion leaders, and your assembly members. You will dissipate a lot of energies in reorganizing yourself when you indulge in such confrontations. It doesn't pay you, it doesn't pay the assembly. And as they say, when 2 elephants fight, it is the grass will surface. You have to endure whatever their excesses may be, but you have to be patient and thoughtful enough to get them to see your point of view, because 2 heads are surely better than 1. If you give them respect, you will earn their respect. If you show empathy to them, you will win their affection. Courtesy, they say, begets courtesy. If you want them to fear you, you must first of all fear them. These have been said over and over again, but when you come to do it practically, you see how relevant and how germane they are indeed to you for the discharge of your functions. As you represent the President in your various municipal and district areas, you must emulate his example. Every year, the President goes around the country at least once. He goes, interacts with the locals in the evening, he goes to the church, worships with them, he opens new projects, he commissions new ones, and they feel the presence of the President in their locality. When he goes to the savannah, with all the resources at his disposal, he doesn't come back to Accra to spend the night. He stays with them. So do I expect you to move out of your comfort zones. Go to the villages. Go and stay with them. Go and enjoy the same type of drinking water with them. Go and use the same toilet facilities with them. Then you will better appreciate their needs when they come to you. And you will also feel that they are indeed part of you, and you are also indeed part of them.
We are the mama madama yebesan akokoto nkra yeba de aka no ye de besoso.
marefo nyina akwaba yetwa ensem no eso empanyifo wo muda behinase basic school ano ewo Akuapem North Importamu ewo Poemantam emono wo mude adesade eto aban enim se omuhia kade bebre a ebebo ama school no agina enti aban ene ankorankora ekabia ewom no emeso wo mo asene
junior high school a ni behinase
ya besre ahwefo se ye mfimfoni no agina kakra ye toto ne amasene be ya ibetuma ibanhena asefo nsam no nansa na no yenku sunyan kwanso ofin kran ekukuma ase anaze sunyan a obetim do hwere be miensa ene nan akuduru kuma ase na mo se be ye na obetumi atwam ewo mankranso ne potamu akokopie bu akwa akokopie mankranso akuburu sunyan no what the bed do hwere be nsia na beko na kwantufo che so mo bread do wo maka wasem aka kwan se de tie no ese seya na ese afi nso ata ponkyere ne enti amanfo ne se wo o me bibi mfanfa homa ho
ekwan a efri kumase kofa mankranso di kosunwan wukodu mankranso ewo ahafoano south west mansinu mu dia ano odin ekwan ne nyenyenyenyenyenye ejina so mo manfo ewo hono mo e de adesrede eto abanim titru driver for won mo se kwan no monchi monka edide mu akese ya wanhwe yi a na edika kwanhia e na aba waso fa so ba ko bi ese okofiti shop ekosiesie wo ka komiemia boat ne notunum esansanye ya wona mo ana etutugu wose kwan ne nya ama won maka na so enfie be se du ediko enfie du numu nie ekwan no da soa ejina ne ejina aban ba aban kɔ wɔn mo enye emfa ma wɔn eno na ejina so ama wɔde adesrede to aban nanim se kwan yi enu 1 kilometer mpo enti wɔsra aban ne so meye ma wɔn wɔse kwan na se ama sese wu kosunwan a wudu mankranso age se wɔfa mankranso kuronum ekokopie fado ansan watimi akɔ eya ade ha adwene eno nti wɔsrɛ se aban ne nhwɛ ne mpanimfo na wɔnye emfa ma wɔn se ne ebeya efri kumase ekosunwan efa bechem dua nkwanta brekum doma edi konyina no wonum betimi akona somdwem UTV nsɛmtwerɛfo ne adrafo ne bi edi enkomo
if you want few maybe say kokumase almost once every month me fa kwan so I had bad for more than 10-15 years ni edem pa na wo ha ya yentimi nye highways afi impossible edin various governments NDC MPP omata konwe so sa stretch less than a kilometer. It's virtually impossible to fix it. Why can't we fix this?
For instance, I no a chance say no ache mprepi no e na young boys no edu ba bia na omo abesisa na tieni bi no mode ye feeling kakra e to so kakra na cars na fa so sa e di mo sa afa edu ba bia bo sa cars no omo ba emba bi te bia ba loko sa nso a ya hwa sampanifo no bibia mbetumi ho bibia nso ya hwa obi ntimi nya ho bibia de bia na omo na mu sa omo cover sa na ya nso eja ye ni anu a de ka bibia fa ho nti no na ama yintimi enya ho hwe ntes kakra metimi aka na se yesra omo ntwa omo ni mbehwe
kwa mi ni nyina asɛn nti bla na ye blessa amaka asen nyina ntimi nkɔ ka na ba na betim obi aba na no be so ho no wɔkɔ obi aba na no be ye no wɔkɔ no wɔgya no ho unam kroma mfuturu nko a ntimi nhya atade papa bia waga se bia wo de kɔ ba bi wo hya efin beba nti sampanifo ani die nkotodwegu fom mboaye
bese empanyimfo ne se ombe try no maye ekwan na maye man na ye tim ne ye besre wo eye niwu se ye betimi abane ye dan ye ho te ya san akofa baby fufro ntu ye omumbo mojen na wo munye sa ekwan emaye
ekwan we da ho dan be 10 years Asia ka bia ba na betim be 2 months here ka bia nko ka bia mo musunya na fa platform ankranso ti yes ro mu sa ban mo mehwe omoda ma contract nbe oba be ya no aja no da to so se bridge in crown nbe ya o meye
sa kwa no efi wa faso da
debut
na me ya se ekwana du bebi eduru no sa kwa no sunyan doma brekum a kokusi sampa ne potre se Eko bebre. Enti me hu ne enti ese santena o ma na ye se de ayi ase se kan wansa wansa. I mean why?
It's not lots.
I mean ye tena se ma ne se wi ansa ne aka wansa. Enye ye munye hu bibi enfama ye. Enti ye ka se bo no so ye begina sa kwan tantan so. Nya de ye ka se bo no asi wa na de di makutini bi ni se mampani di ato aban crash fo nyina nim se wo mo hwe na mensi awodo mo da no no mo mfa so mo japade.
Council of State Chairman so the futu ama MMDCs ni se woni nanan hemfo entense wasomdue mo na enema hunya no wontwa so.
Se bi kan de bere mo se kase bo na ye ka mo so se aboafo so yasene na fa kase bo inquire special ice isuo and afi di so chocolate drink and then the coffee drink on him dey dance here.
LS Couture na share me atade fefefe. LS Couture e wo Dansoman Junction Oben Fisherman's House. Obetumi a friend was 0244 378740 and a Glamour by Pinnacle AMT Emame Sakumono Junction and a Warne Allied Filling Station Eshe Enimon 0277430989
Midin ade Agya Kwabena mene
Obahima Afia Chesi
Yeda mu nyina ase ma mo ni hwe